Welcome to episode 3 of our Wild Mount campaign here on Critting After Dark. Before we get going, just a quick reminder, we probably don't have our battle maps and stuff set up yet with Roll20. Still work in progress. Um, Also, links and everything below. This video will be uploaded on the YouTube if you missed a little bit. So um, hopefully you guys can stick around and watch the entire thing. But if you missed something, don't worry. It'll be up on the YouTube page. With that being said, I think we're ready to jump in. Take it away, Mr. DM.
All right. So, as you all awaken, your third day, I believe, in the city of Exandria, capital of the Empire, you awaken in Theogrid's homestead, which is the small inn you've stayed at the 2 nights prior. Um, you each awaken in your own rooms, I believe. I don't think anyone's sharing rooms at the time.
Nope.
Hell no.
Um,
No sharing.
a few of you have had some strange night's sleep, as was brought up last session. But other than that, the day is yours. Some of you are newly ordained members of the Cobalt Soul, and the rest of you are your average, I wouldn't say average, strange adventurers in your own rights. Ozzy, you would probably be the first to awake to a light knock at your door.
Who is it?
No response.
Just a second. And I quickly put on, get dressed to put on my face cover and stuff.
Okay.
And then I'll go answer the door.
As you open the door, it's the familiar face of the rather downtrodden-looking Expositor Zevran, who helped you get into the Cobalt Soul.
Expositor. And
He
I bow.
bows lightly in response. He looks at you and says, "There's been a strange happening. Last night, during the festival, there was an attack. Not on one of our buildings, but on one of the Cerberus Assembly's towers. One of the candles was attacked by a group of cultists. As of right now, we don't know that anything is missing or that anyone is hurt. We just know that there was an attack, that something went wrong, and currently the Cerberus Assembly is not helping by telling us if anything went missing. It seems whatever it was dire enough or important enough for them not to share the information with us. You may not be aware, but we are not entirely on speaking terms with the Assembly. We butt heads in the manner of secrets and things like that. All that I ask is be mindful of your surroundings and those you see. If you see anything out of place, come and tell me, because things much stronger than you are roaming these streets, apparently."
Of course.
He gives a slight bow and looks at you and says, "Other than that, congratulations. I'll be on my way."
Thank you. Do I still need to come for training today?
You can if you'd like. There's plenty of people around that can help you learn the ropes.
Okay.
Um,
Anything I can do to help?
He turns around, looking at you through kind eyes, but tired. He says, "Unfortunately, I think that this is beyond your capabilities at the moment, but I just wanted to warn you, because you've shown that you are brazen and sometimes get yourselves involved in manners that aren't within reach, we'll say." He bows lightly and then proceeds back out into the hallway and, stepping down the stairs to leave.
I guess I'll go downstairs and wait on everybody else to wake up.
As you walk downstairs, you see Theo behind the counter with getting a meal ready and putting it onto a plate. He kind of sits it on the bar and then thinks better of it because you're so small and walks it over to that corner table you've been at. Um, as you are getting ready to get sat down and start eating, you do notice that Ogren is still sitting at his familiar table. None the worse for wear, just enjoying his time.
Okay. I'll just kind of slowly eat my breakfast, keeping an eye on him a little bit, but not really, since this is what now, night 2 after the incident.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, like so he hasn't done anything yet, so.
All right. Yeah, and at about this point, Reginald and Mateo, you would be waking up and probably coming downstairs.
Reginald, gives a hello gesture to Theo and plops down on a chair.
Theo,
Looking,
quickly grabs the plate and comes over towards you.
Yeah, like looking, still half sleeping. Yeah, you have coffee? Coffee. You have coffee, right?
Aye, give me just one moment. She walks off and starts brewing water.
Yeah, 2 coffees.
Mattia will just make his way down the stairs, kind of look around, see if he sees Ogren.
Still in the same seat.
As soon as makes eye contact, just, oh, hello. Gonna grab some food. Speak later. And just quickly sit down and grab a meal.
He just gives a little wave and then goes back to his tankard and his meal. You all have your meals brought out. It is probably a little earlier than usual for all of you, just because you guys didn't do a whole lot yesterday. So you probably, other than you, Ozzy, everybody would have been. It would have been a normal sleep, not an exhausted one. For you, Ozzy, it probably would have been a pretty heavy sleep. You haven't trained with anyone ever, so that was a lot.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone sleep okay?
Yeah, definitely. How do you feel, by the way?
A little sore, but like in a good way.
So, does this mean you completed your goal?
I don't know that I completed the goal. I mean, I got in. It's a good start. I definitely want to keep going.
What are you hoping to reach?
Oh, I don't know. Haven't really looked that much into it.
Also, I think we're maybe talking a bit too loud as, he doesn't seem to be doing too well this morning.
Well, I had a visitor this morning.
Oh?
Expositor Zevran showed up, and I guess there was an attack on one of the Cerberus assembly towers.
What about the attack?
That's all they said, other than just to be careful and keep an eye out. I don't know that I don't know that it's something we can help with. Maybe beyond us. If I could help, I will. But if anything,
today?
I mean, maybe some, but I don't know. I can't stay for much longer in this hotel. Running short of money, so maybe we can find a job that'll pay a little bit.
Yes, it does sound great.
I don't know how you
I
guys are.
suppose jobs that involve the young man behind us or dwarf man behind us are off the table, considering.
Probably. I don't know that that's the road I want to go down either.
Understandable. Reggie, have you woken up yet?
At about this point, Theo comes over with 2 large mugs of coffee, kind of roughly slams them onto the table, trying to jostle Reginald awake. She goes,
I poke him with my stick.
I
Coffee.
thought I'd tell the lot of you that your friend, Mr. Algren Stonefist, has paid for your room for the next few nights. You can stay as long as you'd like. Consider yourselves friends. Don't bring any trouble. More than you already have. She slides the 2 coffees towards Reginald, rather, and looks at you with a kind of inquisitive eye and goes, "Now, what could be keeping you from sleeping? Something I can do to help?"
I don't know. Invest in better beds, less sloppy.
A man of higher tastes, I see.
Just normal ones.
Well, hope you all have a nice morning. Like I said, your rooms are paid for. We'll be here. And she walks back behind the bar to her normal position and opens up a book and starts reading.
I suppose we should probably thank him.
Why?
I mean, we did almost get him arrested.
Well,
and he
it didn't
was-
happen, so...
He was nice enough to pay for the room.
Yeah, well, see, you should be inquisitive. You're a kobold sword now. You should think, wow, last night I wanted to kill this guy, and now he's paying for my rooms? Isn't that suspicious to you?
A little.
Yeah, it's suspicious as hell. So I say we fuck off, we don't stay here.
What was your guys' passive perceptions, by the way?
I don't know, 1 million, probably.
11.
12.
Mateo?
13.
13. Yeah. At about this point, as you all kind of loosely glance over towards him, just keeping an eye, he is not there. His things are still there, the food he was eating, the mug and stuff, but he himself, his person, isn't there.
See, he's gone. Suspicious. It's all suspicious. Not for real though. It's a bit weird. So I think it's weird.
Did you? Yeah, it is weird. Were you able to find anything out about the? Can I lean in closer, whisper? The glowing green rock thing.
Oh, that. I kind of forgot it was there. Honestly, no, I didn't think about it.
You didn't study that at the library?
Hey, I was busy. Okay, I had stuff to look up. It's been rough since they put the. Yeah. I mean, can you even read? No offense, but can you read?
Sure, I can read.
Okay. Well, then you can read it yourself, no? You have access to the library, you kobold soul.
I mean, that rock is your rock. I don't have interest in the rock.
Okay. Well, why did you ask me then? I thought if you have no interest, why are you questioning me?
Because I want to go back to the Cobalt Soul.
Okay. Well, you don't need a reason now. You're in, right? Oh, I mean, I guess you're an apprentice or something. I don't know how that works. What's your rank? Did they give you a rank? Something?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Well,
I mean, you would probably know that you were an initiate.
I don't know. Sounds like you're getting catfished. I would be careful. Are you sure you talked to someone of the Cobalt Soul or someone pretending to be Cobalt Soul? Because there's a lot of those people around, And then they ask you a bit for money, oh, it's just this, and blah, 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 and then woof, they're gone. The building gone, everything gone. I mean, no, for real, the library was pretty real. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, you're probably not getting catfished.
we can go back to check it.
Nah, it's real. I'm sure it's real. Okay.
Do some research on the rock thing.
Well, why though? It's fine. Look, and I pull it out, and I don't pull it out, but I have it in cloth, and then I weigh it around. See, it's fine. Look at it.
As
It's
you
fine.
pull it, I would assume like the kind of rough hewn cloth that it's in is emitting like a dull green glow that wasn't there before. It's slightly brighter than when you put it in the bag.
That's something we would have noticed.
I would assume probably Reginald would because he's had the item.
Okay, but
But
maybe
to you
would,
guys, you
yeah.
probably wouldn't have paid that much attention to what he did with it.
Okay.
Not with, relatively low passive perceptions.
Right.
So it's a rock, and yeah, let's not worry about that. It's not very urgent.
Okay.
And don't you have training to do? Do some weird, I don't know, fisticuffs, friendly sparring, that kind of stuff.
I mean, I can always go back and train.
I don't know. I mean, what are your duties?
I don't. We can go find out, right?
Yeah, we should go find out. See what you can do.
Wait, you're gonna come with me?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh,
Reginald, will you roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh God. What if I refuse?
I mean, it's an auto fail. You can do what you want with it.
all right. Okay. Where's my D20? It's here.
I believe in you.
Ah, fuck. That's an 8.
Okay.
Okay, I passed then. Great.
You're good to do as you will.
So so we should probably go now. I mean, what? Are you nervous? Do you not want us to come with you? Are you scared?
no.
What?
I want you to come. I just thought you guys were gonna not hang out anymore.
I mean, I don't know. I
mean, you got to the library like you wanted. I got to the Cobalt Soul like I wanted. I don't.
Yeah, but I ain't got shit off of the library. There was nothing useful, and I'm gonna have to stay in there for years. I don't have that many. I only have 2 eyes and 2 hands. I can't read all the fucking library. I need people to tell me where I can find the information I need, instead of this stupid Cobalt Soul monk looking at me like I'm an alpaca or something. He's just looking at me like I'm a weirdo. I'm just looking for information. It's supposed to be his job, but he knows nothing. He's useless. The Cobalt Soul is useless. There it is. You should retire while you're ahead. Honestly.
Don't listen to him. He's just probably upset that he didn't.
I am upset. You've analyzed me well. What gave it away?
You should probably drink your second coffee.
Okay, he drinks it. So, it's fucking toss it, some coffee, gets on his clothes and shit. Ah, fuck. He gets up, some of it splashes on the ground. He's like, fuck. It gets worse and worse. And then he sits back down.
Theo just comes over quietly with a mop. It starts cleaning up the mess.
Say, Tio, do you know of any people that have work around here? Because I don't know if I can hang out with Mr. Grumpy much longer here.
She looks at you. She goes, the only jobs I know of are with Algren. That's my job anyway. The Cobalt Soul might have work if that's where you go. I'm sure there's mercenaries you could join with. There's always the Crown's Guard, but you don't really seem the type. Sorry, I can't be much help.
Sorry about the mess, anyway.
It's understandable. Drunks tend to make messes. And she walks away after having mopped the spot.
Wait, so she said Crown's Guard, Mercs, Cobalt Soul, and that's it, I guess. I mean, it's a big city. I'm sure we'll find something. Something needs to get done somewhere, and we can do it. As long as, it's not like moping. Yeah, that's it.
Well, do you have any preference, Reggie?
Don't call me that.
What would you like to call me? Well,
Call me Reginald. That's my name.
Reggie's the lizard.
Right. Reggie, Reginald, all the same. You're basically the same
Wait.
person at this point.
Where is Reggie?
He's dead
Sorry.
for now. It's fine. It happens. It comes and goes. It's no big deal.
What do you mean? Wait, for now? He can come back?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I just need, stuff. It's fine. I just don't have money right now.
So cool. What do you mean money? How much money do you need?
I don't know. I don't know. Something like 200 gold. You have 200 gold?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's the price of friendship, I'm afraid.
I'll
I'm
take
pulling
out.
you. I just need 10 gold or something. I just need a bunch of charcoal. I can probably find some charcoal laying around, and then I can, I just put it in the puzzle box, and then poof, Reggie comes out. It's magical.
Ozzy takes out his coin purse bag thing and just dumps all his coin, which is literally just like a silver piece and 5 copper. Here, if it'll help.
I mean, maybe if you find, a special offer, like maybe someone is selling their shop and they need to, get rid of their supplies. I don't know.
Do you need Reggie that badly?
No, I don't. It's just, I mean,
Let's go.
It's fine.
Are you keeping the money that I just gave you?
You keep your money. What the fuck? I'm not taking your money.
Okay.
I'm not gonna rob you. Holy hell!
I mean, no. That's Kyle asking, are you keeping it so I can make sure I mark it in my inventory?
Oh my god! I was told goblins were super crazy with money and stuff. I mean, halflings.
Yeah. Well, let's go see if there's anything the Cobalt Soul we can do for them.
Okay, fine. Cobalt Soul, it's fine. We have an inn. I'm sure they'll have something cool for you to do, right? I mean, do they? Yeah. And when you need, you need to not get scammed here. Okay, you need to figure out what is the arrangement, huh? So you have a title now. It's great. You're an apprentice or an initiate or some bullshit. Okay, that's great. But you have to figure out, hey, do they pay you? What are your duties? Huh? What are you supposed to do? Do they provide lodging for you? What's the deal? Because right now, I mean, you're kind of getting bumfucked, I think. You're not getting much out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you're right, and we should go.
Come on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, just try and get the information. It's important because, I mean, you
Okay.
don't want them to take advantage of you, right?
Okay. I guess I could study it at the library.
Nah, they don't keep that in those books. No way. You'll just have to ask someone. Why
They-
don't you ask your
They
your
literally
guy?
said they keep
as-
everything at the library.
Yeah, but they don't keep
Like,
like what they're gonna pay you in their books.
All Let's just go. And he gets up and goes, like running out.
Okay. Are you both
Okay.
following?
Well, I
Yeah.
look at Matteo. I'm like, I mean, I'm handling it well, right? He's the weird one, right?
I think you could be a bit more.
So you agree? Okay, let's go.
And I'll give Tio like a puzzled look, just be like, see what I'm dealing with here, and just
She gives a
walk on out.
hearty nod. She does understand. As you're heading out, who would be the last person in the group to probably be leaving? Mateo,
Matteo.
probably?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
As you're stepping out, you hear Ogren, right as you step out the door, go, "If you need money, I got plenty. As long as we don't have any more fun nights. There's always work to be had."
Reginald, I'll be right out. Just a moment. I'll meet you there. Actually, I'll meet you there, and then I'll just make a 180. And I assume it's Ogren like sitting down, or
No, this time he's actually right in front of what you assume to be like a broom closet. He's standing in front of a small door at the back of the room. It's kind of right beside the stairs that you go up to go to your rooms.
okay. I will make my way towards him. A little bit more careful, not quite brazen, and just you. You're talking about the work that you usually do, correct?
Well, not everything I do is you know, not everything I do is so bad as you seem to think.
The thing is, the group of people that I'm with, I don't think, considering what you know, they're good people. They're really good people, and I'm not sure if we can do business considering our past, even though it's been brief. So I think we'll pass on your offer.
Understandable. You have a great day. And as he turns, this time you see it, he opens that door behind him, and there's a dull flash of green on the door frame right beside the handle. And he steps through, and then, I mean, to your perspective, nothing looks strange other than the dull flash of green.
Did anybody else see?
Theo's
I'm
reading her
sorry.
book, and no one else is in the room. I would
I'm
say
just-
you probably noticed that it doesn't seem like a lot of people come and go from this inn. You don't see like a lot of random passersby. It almost seems like every morning it's Ogren and Theo, and that's it. And when you come back at night, it's still Ogren and still Theo.
And when I open the door, I assume there's no flash or anything.
Nope. You open the door and you're looking in on a closet. There's a mop and a bucket and a broom, and that's it.
I will close the door back. Just pretend like nothing happened, and just okay, magic, sure, yeah. And then make my way out and just think about what I just saw and happen. Just okay.
All right. So you two would definitely beat Mateo to the Cobalt Soul, and as you get there, it's the same two guards from days before, the ones that told you to find the dwarf and the red-haired woman. You know their names now are Aaron and Gerald. And as they see you, they both look a little sorry. they look guilty, I would say, towards you, Ozzy. They both give deep bows, and they're like, "Welcome home," and they open the doors for you as you are stepping towards them.
I don't bow and just keep on walking.
Okay.
Oof.
As you walk in, it's the same as before. Lots and lots of monks, surprising quantity in this massive library. Ozzy, you would know where to go if you're trying to go to the training room. Reginald, is there anything you're looking to do while you're here? Are you trying to do more research?
I was trying to keep up with Ozzy, so I'll probably get lost.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to do some research myself on just anything and everything I can find on the Cobalt Soul.
Okay.
Just learn whatever.
Go ahead and
learn everything
roll.
I can.
That is so meta. Going to the Cobalt Soul library to learn about the Cobalt Soul.
Right. Learn
Go
what
ahead
now?
and roll a history check for me
History.
as you're checking the library. Yeah.
10.
All right. With a 10, you find basically like a codex, an older book that looks to be someone's kind of do-all guide on the Cobalt Soul, their collection of information, their long-standing rivalry with the Cerberus Assembly, and them basically, they're both secret keepers in different means. The Cerberus Assembly, keeps magical secrets and things that could be threats to national security, where the Cobalt Soul tends to keep the histories and the legends and some relics, but not nearly as many as the, ever greedy Cerberus Assembly trying to hold on to things. It's written from the perspective of a young expositor by the name of Tyrannus. As you're reading through it, it's basically a very long, one-sided monologue on his hatred for the Cerberus Assembly without any context. He doesn't ever describe what it is why he dislikes them, but it's just a guy who's really mad at a group. I would say you're smart enough to realize that there's more shades of gray than that. But it's a very black and white take on the separation between the two groups.
Okay.
It's a little hard for you to pick up the shades of gray just because you're an outsider, you're new to the group, and you don't know anything about the Cerberus Assembly really.
Right.
So,
I mean, finding that information on, then reading this and realizing that this is just how much he hates the Cerberus Assembly, I would probably look at that and go, why does he hate them?
Right.
Right.
And it bids more questions than it answers.
Right. And then I would research. I mean, I would attempt to research more on that, I guess, in that aspect of why.
Reginald, at about this point, I mean, he's probably been reading for half hour or so. Partway through reading this codex, you would arrive to the outer doors. If you said you had gotten lost behind him trying to find your way, I don't think it would be super hard for you to find the place. You've already been there once.
Well, hey Ozzy, I didn't expect you to be sitting here.
Oh, I just thought I'd read up on the Cobalt Soul.
Don't you like punching things and stuff?
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
but I don't
bet
think
you would be punching stuff right now.
I don't think that's all the Cobalt Soul does. So I thought it'd be good to learn about what all they do.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll look something up on that stone, huh? I guess I'll go and find some geology books.
Okay. You want some help?
Nah.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a Arcana check for me.
Ugh. Okay. Oh yeah, 21.
Nice.
21, nice. After a short time of looking through geology tomes, the rock doesn't match any of them. You're not finding anything close enough for you to be like, this is it. So you switch your perspective to that of a magic user and start looking through for, basically books on transmuter stones and things like that. And finally, you find one that looks kind of akin to it in a book of legendary items. This written by a man named Mordenkainen. It's a book of basically a lot of very rare items that he's seen in his time. And as you're going through, you finally catch this thing called the Eye of Torog. And it's the small green glowing stone described very akin to yours with a small picture that looks about the same, albeit that it's scratched in pen and ink and not in color. But the description matches your stone, and it is very dangerous magical item that he describes as something that can bend the will of even the mightiest men and brings trouble with it wherever it goes. Just because you got a 21. I normally wouldn't have given so much, but...
Okay. It's an evil rock. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Bit of
Original, you know, taking notes.
oversimplification.
You know, he's writing
Rock.
stuff like evil rock, very spooky, very cryptic. Still don't know anything. That's it.
At this point, you guys, all three of you, having arrived, would hear what sounds like this low gong crash in, through the library. And you see about 8 or 10 people run out the front door very quickly. And then as they open the doors, you can hear what sound like alarm horns and alarm bells ringing through the city streets.
Ozzy immediately gets up and runs out.
Okay. As you run out, by yourself mostly, there are groups of, the Cobalt Soul sprinting with you. As you step out the door, you see these men in black-clad armor that's kind of rough and rotted at the edges with this rust and organic matter, are fighting with several Crown's Guard and a large quantity of Cobalt Soul. And I need you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Yay! Didn't know I was gonna be fighting these guys. Cool. 17.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
4 for Mateo.
Oh god. That's a 4 for me as well.
All right. What's your dexterity bonuses so we can see who goes first?
+1.
+3.
+3. Okay, so Mateo and then Reginald. So that puts us here. And then, pardon me while I get initiatives. Okay. So at the top of the round, you see those same black-clad knights. Most of them are wielding these twisted maces. The heads are flanged into points to make them more dangerous and, deadly. You see one of them turn towards one of the Cobalt Soul monks and swing down on his head. Oh, yeah. And with that one blow, as he hits him, the blood that sprays from his head hardens into these points and stabs back into the body as it sprays out. And the man falls still after the first hit.
The black clad guy got hit or got killed, or the other
No,
guy?
he killed one of the Cobalt Soul monks.
Gotcha.
These monks are shit.
All right.
One
That
of
brings
the
us
big
to Ozzy.
As I see the guy get taken out, I'll run up to the guy with my quarterstaff and just take a whack at the one that just killed the soul member.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
14.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 5.
All right.
Flurry of bows.
All right. What? No pop pop?
No pop pop.
Then you get copyright.
That's
stricken.
11.
All right.
Yeah.
With that, you take him down. 3 quick strikes. Your small nimbleness blast through that armor, and he just falls crumpled to the ground. And as the body hits the ground, it starts turning into this sludge. Yeah, it's really gross, and it's hanging from parts of your staff where you were hitting. It brings us to the Cobalt Soul guys. Go ahead and roll 3 attacks for them. Two hits. So the three of them swing out. It dodges one blow. The Black-clad Knight again, dodging. There's two of them, two more of the Black-clad Knights. They, one of them dodges out of the way, and then the other two strikes land on one of them, killing it. The Crown's Guard at this point have kind of backed off and taken defensive positions just in case these things would try to run. That brings us to you, Mateo. As you're stepping out the door, you and Reginald.
Considering that Ozzy's fighting right away, I'll just hit the one closest, or try to hit the one closest to Ozzy with a firebolt.
All right, go ahead and roll your spell attack.
Rolled a 19 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll your damage.
8 damage.
All right. That was a hearty blow. It looks shaken by it. Last man standing, squaring up against the world now. That brings us to you, Reginald.
So basically, there's Ozzy, 2 Cobalt Soul Mooks, 3, and then 4 people in armor.
One left standing.
It's just 1. Okay,
yes.
So I had that completely wrong. That looks much less alarming. Okay, then.
And it looks hurt, visibly. It's not standing as firm as it was as you stepped out the door.
Okay, then I will walk by, get out the trusty puzzle box, and cast Ray of Frost.
All right.
Try and pin him down.
Is that spell save DC or a spell attack?
It's a roll for me.
All right.
Ooh, yeah, baby. That's 19.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. What? Ooh, max damage. 8.
All right. As that ray of frost hits it, the form solidifies for a moment, locking in, and then starts to chip away and shatter. Chunks of it falling to the ground in that same strange pile and turning into a sludge.
The fuck is that?
Back to the top of the round, 2 of the cultists that have fallen these piles of sludge start reforming and stand back up, taking slashes. One at you, Ozzy, and one at one of the Cobalt Soul Monks. The one on you, Ozzy, is a 2, so I know it doesn't hit, but the other is a natural 20.
Ooh. Return of the Slush Monster.
Ooh. Okay, and with one strike, it fells another Cobalt Soul Monk.
My God.
They're so weak.
We need a savagery for these guys.
All right, that brings us to you, Ozzy.
You're next.
Another shot on the sludge with my staff.
All right.
Well, it's a natural 16 on the die. I had a 14 hit earlier. That's gotta hit.
Yep,
right?
it hits.
Yeah. I'll use Fury of the Small and make it 11
All right.
damage.
Very firm hit.
Still up.
Still up.
Fury of Blows.
All right.
Oh, that's a miss. That's a 5 on the die.
Yep.
9 total. So
9 to hit or a 9 damage?
9 to hit.
Okay, so it doesn't hit. So
Yeah,
your
yeah,
flurry, you flash out as fast
Miss.
as you can, but you can't quite get the blows to stick. The remaining 2 Cobalt Soul guys are going to swing out at the 2 that are still there. Both hit. All right. The one that was hurt, the one knight, we'll call them, falls, and the other's still standing. So there's still one of these armor-clad men standing again. That brings us back up to you, Mateo.
Okay, I'll just.
That hasn't
firebolt
turned to
that one.
sludge?
They've all turned to sludge and then
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've all turned to sludge and then a few came back up.
Okay. Gotcha.
They haven't spoken or anything, right?
No words.
But they look humanoid and they have
Yes.
mouths, I assume.
They look like knights in this black armor, and then when they were felled in battle, they turned to sludge and then formed back up again.
I'd like to try to charm person on one of the remaining ones.
Okay. And what is the DC on that?
14.
All right. As you project your will onto the creature, it shrugs it off.
Okay.
That brings us to you, Reginald.
So there's one sludge and one dude.
Just
think I'm-
yeah, there's one sludge and one guy.
So does it look like the sludge is just static, unmoving? Or...
Yeah, it just looks like a puddle, basically, like a chunky, gross black puddle. But this is what it looked like before when the two formed back up. So I mean, do with that what you will.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll cast Ray of Frost on the sludge
All right.
to see if that has any effect. Possibly stop it from reconstructing. Fuck, that's a 2.
I mean, it's a static pile of sludge. You hit.
Okay.
I just wanted to know the damage. I figured you would. Yeah, good.
Okay, 6 damage.
All right, and that pile of sludge again freezes over and sits still. Just the same. So that brings us back up to the one knight that's still standing. He's going to swing on you, Ozzy. That is a 13 to hit. Is that it?
That is my AC.
All right.
Damn.
That was the wrong dice. Sorry. That is 5 damage. As it lashes out with that flanged mace.
Okay.
That brings us to you, Ozzy.
After getting hit, I'm gonna take a swing with my staff again.
All right.
18, 19 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Uh, 6 damage.
All right. And with that, it falls into a pile of sludge. The two remaining Cobalt Soul guys turn towards Reginald, who has somehow stopped 2 of them, and they're like, hit that one! Hit that one the same way you did the other 2.
Okay, don't rush me.
Go ahead and roll the damage on the Ray of Frost.
All right.
I love that you can be dramatic even in times of strife.
Well, that's a 1.
Okay. I mean, it still hits. But, 1 damage. As you hit it, it sprays across the top, but doesn't quite solidify the form. The 2 Cobalt Soul monks, seeing that the hit didn't do as much as it did last time, are going to swing on the puddles. They're auto crits, I guess, but that brings it to 19 damage. So they basically splatter the puddle out to a wider platform through their hits. Mateo, you're up.
Is the guy still? Is he like doing well or not so well?
He's a puddle, a partially frozen puddle that's being splattered across the ground by a bunch of monk stabs.
I'd say he's doing pretty well.
Can I try to firebolt the puddle? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
Go ahead and
hopefully
just roll the
everybody
damage.
else-
You don't need to roll to hit.
Oh, so 8 damage.
8 damage. As you hit the puddle, it actually almost incinerates it. The damage is just enough to where the puddle pretty much evaporates instantly. They, at this point, the Crown's Guard and the Cobalt Soul members look at the 3 of you, basically, and they're like, thank you. We killed those things 4 times before you got out here. I guess the magic did the job? I'm gonna go report to one of the expositors. I need to tell them what happened.
Well,
Did
what are
happen.
you? Yeah, what are you gonna say? I mean, I got attacked by sludge.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the one. I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna go with that. That seems like a good one.
Okay.
And he just takes off running back into the Cobalt Soul.
Oh, I'm gonna go with him.
Okay.
Oh god, he's gone again.
At this point, the Crown's Guard turn towards you two, and they're like, we don't do magic.
What do you mean you don't do magic?
What
How's that?
spells did you use to stop them?
I don't know.
Can I like put fire just in my hand with fireball?
Yeah,
and
like
just
readying a
yeah,
fireball.
yeah, and just say, well, naturally born. What can I say?
He looks at you and he goes, "Sure wish I had that. Um,
Yeah, me too.
if this happens again, we may come running. Hope you don't mind." And he basically takes off back towards the direction he came. It's down towards where you guys had your little dance party earlier. But all of the...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mateo.
Is there any of the sludge left?
There's two, probably 3-ish foot puddles of black sludge that are frozen from where Reginald hit them. And then there's the one that you evaporated that's basically just scorch marks on the pavement.
Yeah. While you investigate that, Reginald is like flexing his hands trying to make fire happen. But it's not working.
Say, Reginald, you're really good with investigating things, aren't you? I mean, you like studying books, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
Maybe
look, it's a sludge. There's nothing to investigate. It's sludge. It's a pool
normal
of
sludge does not make humans or whatever. Come help me out here.
Okay, well then it's I don't know. It's magical sludge. What do you want me to tell you? I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll take a look. Okay. Well, first it fucking stinks. Okay, that's first clue. It stinks.
If you want to, you can each independently make investigation, or one of you can make it an advantage.
I will roll my own.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby, 20.
I got a 17.
Okay. As you're both looking at it, you can see that underneath the layer that's frozen, it's still trying to move, but it can't break through that layer of ice. Whatever this is alive.
Okay.
It's basically trapped into the concrete, into the pavement.
I'm gonna bump another ray of frost on this bad boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and roll the damage.
Sure. 8, maximum 8.
All right. Yeah, now that layer of frost is probably close to an inch thick.
Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so second clue. This shit is alive, but we knew that.
You've both never interacted with anything like this in your time, more than likely, but it's certainly, you can see it struggling under the layer of ice, trying to break out.
Oh yeah, Reginald puts his hand in front of his face like this, and how do you call it? A looking glass appears in his hand, and he's like, looking through it into the sludge.
The second that you actually get your eyes on it through the looking glass, and your eye kind of enlarges on the other side visually to it slams into the ice trying to get towards your eye.
Like reflexively throws the fucking looking glass, and it just, dissipates. I don't like this, okay? Ugh.
Maybe you should freeze the other one.
What do you mean freeze the other one? The other one, you burn. It's done. You burned it. It's over.
So the other one.
There's 2 frozen and 1 that's been burnt.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other one, it'll be fine. Okay, fine, I'll do it. And I real frost the other one.
Okay.
3.
All right.
Okay,
that layer is of similar thickness, roughly. But they're both still underneath, kind of struggling. Imagine like ferrofluid, the magnetic fluid that reacts to magnets. It looks kind of like that. These fleshy tendrils kind of slamming into the ice underneath as best it can.
Well, this is great. This is creepy. We're stuck here with 2 living sludges who want to kill us. This, I really thought the Cobalt Soul would have better security.
Yeah. How big are these sludges? Like
roughly 3 foot. They're pretty big little puddles.
Pretty big. I want to try something here.
Whoa. Okay, this is a democracy of 2, so let's talk.
Okay. So I have here, and I'll just like rummage really quickly through my backpack some holy water, and I just want to know what happens. That's
What do
all.
you mean holy water? How do you have what? Did you piss in a
Bottle?
jar and you call it holy water?
No, not really. Now, I just
Why is
came
it holy
upon
then?
this.
Can I drink it?
I mean, yes. I don't know why you would want to.
I don't know. You tell me it's holy. It must be good.
I mean, you can have a sip. Well,
Sure. Pass.
just save enough for
I'll
the
just
slug.
take a sip, okay? It's fine. And
You're
I
not
drink a
gonna
gulp.
pee on the sludge now. Are you thinking that your pee is holy water?
I mean, that's how it works, right?
No,
You drink
no,
and then you pee it out.
no, no. Just
Why not?
save some of the holy water, okay? Don't drink it all.
So you take a small drink.
I take a gulp.
Okay. Go ahead. No, I'm just playing. But are you going to pour the holy water on the frozen sludge piles once he takes his drink, Mateo?
If he gives it back, sure.
Yeah, give it back. It doesn't really taste like anything. I mean, it's water. I don't see why it's holy.
Don't worry about it. I just want to sprinkle a little bit right on there.
Okay. As you sprinkle it on, it hits the ice, and at about that time, the thing has started to break the layer, and it seeps through the small cracks. And the second it touches these sludge piles, they shriek audibly and basically sliver away to nothing. They just turn to ash underneath the ice.
Ah, Iggy! And you let me drink that? What the fuck?
Well,
Am I super strong or what? Is that me?
you strong.
I mean, I drank that, and I'm still alive.
I'm pretty sure if I drink it, I would be fine. No, you're super strong.
Well, drink it
yes,
then.
Yes, you already drank from the bottle. I don't want to drink from
Yeah,
the
but
bottle.
you
that
didn't.
drank from.
How do I know you're not an abomination or something that's gonna, drink it?
I have been with you for the past.
I don't care.
3
Drink
days.
it. Prove to me you're not like one of those sludges people. Maybe you know what? What happened is that the thing killed you and took your body, possessed you. That makes perfect sense to me.
How did it take? I was standing right next to you.
And these things go fast. Come on, drink it. It's just a sip.
You already drank from it. I don't want to drink from it.
I know, but it's to be sure that you're who you say you are.
Look, how about we let Aussie drink from it?
Look, listen,
And
if
see
you
what
don't drink
happens.
for it, I'm gonna stab you when you sleep because I can't be sure. Come on, it's just water. I mean, it's holy, but it's water.
So now you believe it's holy.
No, I believe you believe it. Also, I believe this thing killed this thing.
Okay, how about this? How about do you have any water on you?
Sure. I have my gourd.
Okay. Pour some water on the other one. If something happens, it was just water. If something doesn't happen, this is holy water.
That's not how logic works. You can't. That's not even reverse logic. That's not how you prove something.
At this point, the second sludge pile breaks loose and takes the form of a knight and charges towards you both. He swings on you, Reginald.
Kill it! Throw the water!
And misses. That brings us to Mateo.
Can I just be like, ah! And just like throw it out? Like, ah!
You just throw the holy water at it as
Yeah.
fast as you can? All right. Go ahead and just roll a dexterity. Just roll with your dexterity mod for a ranged attack, basically.
Okay. Oh, wait, that's 1d20 plus a 6.
6. You throw it and it crashes against the thing's thigh, and as it does, the whole leg is shorn off by the holy water and it falls prone onto the ground. It's still reaching towards you, but the leg is completely gone. That brings us to Reginald.
Fuck. 70 hits.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for, I assume, Ray of Frost.
Yeah. Woo! 7.
All right. As you hit it, it's just enough to where the body takes the sludge pile form again and freezes over.
Okay. We got it under control. It's okay. Real frost again.
Okay.
I mean, basically every like 20 seconds, I'm gonna real frost this.
I'm gonna get some people. Okay, Reginald, you hold the fort. It's gonna be
Oh
okay.
yeah, leave me here. Okay.
Look. If something happens, just pee on it, and it'll be okay. I'm gonna grab some people. I'll be right back, and then make my way towards the cobalt zone.
All right. So at about this point, Ozzy, you and the two other members of the Cobalt Soul that survived the fight run in trying to find an expositor, and you see Zebrin is getting ready to run out the door to help when he sees the three of you, and he goes, "Explain the situation."
Sludge.
The other guy, the guy that was with you, goes, "Yeah, sludge. Sludge monsters turned into knights, and they fought us, and then those weird guys used spells and turned them into puddles, and then they turned back into knights, and we killed them, and they turned into puddles again. And I don't know what to do." And Zebrin goes, "Relax. Someone who's smarter than this man, help me. I don't... What do you mean, sludge piles and knights?"
What he says is true. We can show you.
And he's like, "Okay," and he starts following you down. You guys make it back out right as Mateo would probably be getting to the door. And as you all step back out, I assume you're still ray of frosting this, Reginald, just keeping a thick layer on it.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, like I'm at, the very corner of the room.
Like, what is the casting distance on it? It's like 30 feet. You're just staying as far back as possible.
Pretty much, yeah.
As they walk up, Zebrin takes a long look at it, and he goes, and as he leans forward, it does that same thing of slamming against the ice closest to him, trying to get to him. He looks at it and he goes, "That's strange. Hold on one moment." And he pulls out a scroll, opens it up, and as he opens it, it flares up, turning to ash. As he does that, this small bead of fire touches it, and it just immolates everything for like 10 feet around it, turns all of it to ash instantly. He goes, "Well, that worked. But that was expensive. Are there any more?" Basically looking towards Reginald and Mateo, since you were here last.
Not that we burned one of them, and the other one we used holy water on, or water. I mean, some kind of water, And the third one you did your thing here, so I guess they're gone for now.
He goes, "That's so holy water works. That can be arranged. I'm sure we could talk to someone from the Chantry of the Dawn or someone from the Dragon's Seat and get that arranged for us to have holy water to deal with this."
Sure.
Zebrin turns towards you, Ozzy, and he goes, "I told you, you seem to always find a way to get into these situations. But you handled this one well. Thank you."
I just wanted to help.
He goes, "You did. Someone needed to help them, obviously. Without anyone being equipped to deal with them, they would have been at this until they got tired and made a mistake. I need to make a report."
I guess it was good my friends were around. They're the ones
I guess the same.
Do the magic stuff.
At this point, the alarm bells around town have started to die down. They're not doing what they were. And the gong is no longer crashing within the Cobalt Soul. It seems like the trouble is over. The problem has been dealt with. Zebrin takes a moment, looks at you, Ozzy, and goes, "Well, since trouble seems to find you, this is what we fought last night at the Tower and the Candles. Something akin to these in larger number. Do you know any reason why they would have come here?"
Not that I know of.
Okay. As long as you don't think there's any reason. You know what? I do have a job for you. And he takes a moment and starts writing on a piece of paper. He kind of spreads it on a table. I'll assume we're back inside the Cobalt Soul for this.
Yeah.
He takes a moment, pulls out a piece of paper, and starts writing. And as you're looking over his shoulder, it's basically a I authorize this kind of paper with his name and signature and seal. He hands it
The
to you after
bearer of
rolling
this
it up.
letter is
And
authorized to go once,
yeah,
wherever he
basically.
pleases, blah blah blah.
And he's like, all I want you to do is ask around and see if anyone knows anything about these creatures. Use whatever sources you have, and if you don't have any, then ask anyone. We're just trying to gather information because I don't truly understand the threat right now. So far as we know, they've only attacked one tower in the Candles and here. If more comes in, I'll tell you when I can. I have other people I have to report to as well. I need to go find the High Curator, and he turns and leaves quickly after handing you the
Okay.
parchment. He basically just deputized you, so
Right.
you know. But you seem that your group seems capable enough to handle it, so he's letting you, try to handle it.
Okay.
He leaves, heading up the stairs, and goes into one of the rooms you haven't been in, Ozzy.
Dungeon.
At this point, you are all free to do as you will, having killed some sludge monsters. Nice job. I thought that fight would take a lot longer, honestly.
Man,
I mean, we
Kinda
do have
wanted
two
to
magic
play-
users in the party, so.
Yeah, I just didn't expect. I didn't expect high damage rolls from
Oh, that's
the
fair.
uses of Ray of Frost and
Right.
Firebolt.
Right. And I hold up the parchment. I think we have a mission.
okay. Are we getting paid for that?
I don't know,
That's pretty important, Ozzy.
but I guess
know.
it's up to us now to find out what's happening.
Well, not if we're not getting paid. That's pretty important.
I open the parchment, break the seal, and read it.
Okay.
Is there any kind of thing about a reward?
It doesn't say anything about a reward. It's mostly just I, Zevran, it says, I, Zevran Tarek, expositor of the Cobalt Soul, authorize this party to basically,
Right.
interrogate at will.
Well, that doesn't sound like a lab,
But, I mean, if we do this for them, maybe they'll be able to do something for you later.
What?
They'll owe you one. Isn't that how that
Says
works?
who? That seems very illegal. That seems like a loophole. Don't they have labor laws in the Empire?
Labor
Honest-
laws in my campaign, god damn it.
My God, if we were in the menagerie, because this wouldn't happen, I tell you. Contracts are important there, at least.
I mean, I can't do this without you guys.
Sure you can. I mean, look at you. You're young, and you're strong, and you're fast, and you can do anything.
But I don't know how to do the
Except-
fire stuff, like Mateo.
well, it's fine. I've just, just carry
And
a bunch of torches out.
From behind you, you hear a small laugh at the absurdity of the conversation, and you see the other expositor you met, Saya Kresh, who she looks at you and she goes, "Yes, consider this a favor, one friend to another. You are paid for your role here. This isn't indentured servitude." She pulls out what to you, Ozzy, looks like a very big bag. To the rest of you, looks like a fairly average bag of coin. And sits it down on the table where he was writing previously, and she goes, "Take this. It's just what I have on me. We'll make sure that you're arranged to be paid soon. We weren't expecting to have to put an initiate to work, but currently there's only 2 expositors here, and everyone's obviously very well equipped to deal with problems. So, as you open the bag, there is 35 gold in the bag that you can split how you will.
Okay. Well, that's an easy. Wait, that's not easy at all. Well, it's 12, 11. I'll take 11. You guys take 12.
Okay.
I mean, she handed it to me. It's my gold. I'm the one getting
Is it?
paid. I'm the Cobalt Soul
No, no.
member.
So what? I'm being contracted. I am a consultant. I get my share.
You get paid after the job. This is my payment.
Hey, upon
What?
completion, the American way.
All right, fine. Keep the money.
No,
For
I'm
now.
kidding. What'd you say?
No,
What'd you
it's
say
okay.
it was?
There's a lesson to be learned in
12
this.
apiece,
Don't
right?
worry.
Yeah, 12, 12, 11
12.
for 35.
Cool.
She, after watching you bicker over the money for a moment, goes, if that's not enough, like I said, you'll be paid soon. Currently,
it's
no
fine.
one can get into the treasury, so...
It's fine. It's the principle of the thing, you know? I can't just work and not get paid for it, because then I will die of starvation.
She looks at you with a look of someone who also enjoys money and goes, I understand. I live a very nice lifestyle because of my position.
Well-
Speaking of which, when does this little one actually get a better position? I mean, he
It
just
takes time. Accolade bears merit. Hopefully with time, he'll shape up into quite the expositor. He's obviously more effective than the average lot here, she says loudly into the room.
Yeah.
Um,
The corpses are scattered everywhere.
the hundreds of dead Cobalt Soul members. She seems frustrated. A lot of the initiates have not bared fruit the way she expected them to when combat came.
The purge.
She looks at you, Ozzy. I expect great things, little one. Bows deeply and then steps upstairs towards the same room that you saw Zevran go into.
I bow back.
how deeper.
Just grab your ankles.
Right.
You are free to do as you will. Freshly paid.
So where do we begin then?
I don't know.
Mr. Expositor.
Maybe we should start with some research into the black sludge monsters.
Oh my god. I spent the whole morning researching stuff already. I'm done. My ass is sore, okay?
Well,
I can't sit.
you guys can go back to the inn and I'll do the research. But it'll go faster
more
if you help me.
God. I never thought a halfling would like research so much. Honestly.
Oh, you can say goblin here and I take off mine.
Oh my god, it's a goblin. Okay.
I'll help you, don't worry.
Alright, you can either individually roll history or arcana between the three of you, or advantage, however you want to break it up, depending on who's making rolls.
You roll.
21.
Yeah.
21 on a base
Say.
roll, wow.
I was like, if I was gonna assist, but because my arcana and history is garbage.
Same with me.
Well, 21 for you, Reginald?
Yeah.
What about the two of you?
I'll assist Mateo. He's probably got
Mateo, take the roll at advantage.
He's probably got a better one than I got.
I got a nat 20.
And that's 20. Wow, okay.
Well, that works.
As you're both quickly skimming through books, you find a few things on slimes and other things. For you, Reginald, you actually remember mention of this from the book of magical items. When you were reading, yes, from Mordenkainen's tome, as you're reading through it, you remember that stone. When you were reading about the stone in Torog, something was mentioned about it turning men into monsters, and you're like, well, let me see if I can find something on Torog. You quickly start searching through books on, demons and things like that, and you can't seem to find anything, and then you take a second, and you and Mateo both end up in the same section. You find a book on deities. One of the betrayer gods was Torog, the Crawling King. as you're reading through the book together, you both get to the same page roughly. You know, you're looking through and finding things. Torog was known for making his warriors were formless beings. He could produce armies overnight, and while he's normally a secretive thing, something that doesn't fight in the open, when he had to, he could make these immense warrior armies that, if they were fallen, would join and make even bigger monsters. They were almost unkillable. You think that's probably it? That they're making these primordial ooze knights, and that is probably your foe of the day. For you, Reginald, you would realize the implications of you carrying the Eye of Torog and the Torog shapeless minions arriving at your doorstep, quite literally.
Is there anything you want to say after finding out this information, Reginald?
I'll say, during the research, do we find anything about the Eye of Torog on our end?
You would see a few things mentioning it, and it would be akin to what you've seen. Okay. But there again, these aren't full color, like perfect sketches of a stone.
Right.
These are talks of this magical item, this eye.
I'm more or less trying to figure out if we can put the two and two together on our end with the research.
I would assume
he has the Eye of Torog.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a super hard thing to figure out.
Right.
You almost got hit by a meteor. That's
right.
a strange green stone.
You should probably get rid of that thing.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why would you not get rid of it?
I think those things are after you.
Yeah, no, they're after the rock, not me. They don't give a shit about
because you
me.
have the rock. So if you get rid of the rock, they won't come after you.
And then they'll get the rock.
Not if we put it somewhere safe.
Somewhere safe where fucking piles of slushies can get to?
So you think it's safer with you?
I think it's about equally as safe. I mean, it's safer for me, but not in the long run. And I intend to stay alive for, several decades, so let's not have...
Well, it'd be safer without it then.
Yeah, but that's not... We need to find a way to destroy it. And I think, since they attacked the candles, someone else must have another eye. Another rock like this.
Yeah.
So let's talk to someone, either Zevran or Sia, or we go to the candles. I don't care.
Okay.
But we find out a wizard or something, someone who knows some stuff.
As soon as he says the name, talk to Zevran, I'm gone, and I'm going to find him. Yeah.
You run upstairs and knock on that door. You saw them go in. After a short delay, the door is opened. You see an older halfling woman sitting at a desk, and them both standing in front, kind of at parade rest, more or less, a fairly formal stance. She looks at both of them, bows her head slightly, and they both basically kind of usher you out of the room as they're walking. Zevran looks at you after closing the door and goes, "Is there something you need?"
I'm close behind.
Okay. I think we figured it out. What's with the sludge?
Please elaborate.
I believe they're after the Eye of Torog.
And as you say that, there's this moment of recognition. This item is akin to many other, betrayer gods curios. And he goes, I mean, there are many things in our reliquary, but we do not have the Eye of Torog here.
But I do.
I have it.
Well, he has it.
Kind of takes a moment and looks at you both with this look of just astonishment at you guys having an item like that. Goes, and how did you come across a piece of a betrayer god?
It almost killed us. Fell from the sky.
Yeah, lucky find.
Lucky indeed. And Sia looks up and goes, I wouldn't say lucky, at least not for the morons that died downstairs.
Yeah, well,
So,
yeah.
what do you intend to do with this object?
Well, I don't know how to destroy it. I figure we need to find a way to ditch it somehow. But I don't want to just leave it lying around for, the slushies to get it. So I was thinking, since they attacked the candles beforehand, I'm guessing someone up there must have their own eye, right? It makes sense. First they attack there, then here, because they're after the eye.
Zevran
think-
kind of
or
nods along and is like, that's the best bet. We don't have
Yeah.
anything better than that. They must have something that they want.
And I'm thinking someone at the assembly must know how to deal with that. I mean, it's above my pay grade. I don't know anything about that.
Well, I can tell you, even as a non-magically arcane gifted person, that there are very few ways to destroy an item of such power.
Okay,
don't-
well, that's great. Good news. There's ways. Let's find them and do them. It can't be that hard.
We'll have to do some research. I know
Oh
you
my
just
God.
love that so much. Well-
As she says that, I was like, I bow and then take off running downstairs to go do research.
Okay. So you get back downstairs to where Mateo is, still
Yep.
probably astonished at the find.
And I'll
Um,
just say to Mateo, help me find how to destroy it. And
Okay.
Wait, what? What?
You can both go ahead and roll either history or arcana.
I'll give you
for that.
advantage.
At this point, Zevran and Sia both look at you, Reginald, and go, I don't think it is the best idea for... Well, okay. You know I can't guarantee your safety.
Well, you couldn't before, so it makes some difference to me.
It's a fair point. I
been
will
doing good
try
with
my
it.
best to arrange a meeting with the member of the Cerberus Assembly whose tower was attacked. I can't guarantee that they will be open to it, especially not without any proof that we have something they might want. Do you think it's a good idea to tell them that you have the eye? Or that we have the eye, if you'd rather it be vague? We need something to entice them to work with us. They won't do it for the good of their hearts.
Tell them we know where the candles were attacked, and tell them I'm ready to give the eye away to them.
Okay.
My,
I don't like
my goal
this,
is,
but it's the best chance we have.
well, yeah. I mean, I can come with you if that. I'm just not gonna give.
It's
you
not a
the
matter
eye.
of safety. It's giving another powerful artifact to one of the Cerberus Assembly is never a good idea.
Well, you say that, but for where I'm standing, at least they know something. While you just don't. So it's a step up for me.
A fair point. Okay. I'll start arranging for this meeting. Hopefully, they will be open to the idea. In the meantime, and Zebran turns towards kind of the open area of the library, he goes, I need each and every one of you on watch. No one gets time off. We keep every eye we have pointed outwards and inwards. We can't have another attack inside, only outside. And he basically goes about setting up higher security within the Cobalt Soul, not expecting an attack until now, but now knowing one might come. You're all sent backstairs as you will to do what you will. What was the roll for destroying?
yeah. It was 17, by the way.
17?
Yes.
You roll that
After
with
some
advantage?
research,
Yeah, with advantage.
after some research, it is impossible. I mean, you've looked in every book you can find. It's very hard to destroy something like this. And if you do, and you fail, there's a large chance that it ends up appearing somewhere else in the world outside of your control.
It's like a magical Nokia phone.
Basically. It is. Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah,
You
it's
throw it
very
against the
powerful item
wall, it bounces back and hits you in the head. You can't win.
for 10d6 damage.
Yeah. And figuring that out, Ozzy would try to figure out a way of how to hide it.
Okay.
Like, is there a way to conceal it's where it is from anybody?
There are many ways to do that.
Yeah.
There are ways to get around scrying by using pocket dimensions and, ways to keep it off of your person, all of which are fairly expensive if you don't have the skills to do them. It's still not impossible to find them, like say you use a bag of holding or something.
Right.
But it makes it a little harder for it to be found. You get the sense that this thing has enough power that they can keep tabs on it at all times.
No matter where it may be or how it's
To some
being
degree.
concealed, yeah.
They have to be close if it's in a pocket dimension.
Mm.
If it's on this plane, if it's on the material plane, it's very easy to find for them. They can just keep coming until they get it.
Right. Well, that information, I guess I'll go back up, try to find Zevran, and just tell her that, that her or him, I forget.
Severin's a guy. C is a woman.
That's okay. Tell him basically that I don't know that it can be destroyed based on the research, but maybe we can
conveying the message.
Yeah, basically maybe we can hide it or something.
Or
however Cobalt Soul wants to go about doing that, I don't know. But
he's a little frustrated, you can tell. Just looking at him, he's like, hiding it doesn't seem like the best option, but destroying it isn't an option, so I don't know. I guess we have to hope that the Cerberus assembly can do something.
Can we trust them that they'll
not at all.
Then why are we giving it to them?
Because power understands power. These people are well versed in all things arcane, and other than asking, the Chantry of the Dawn or the Dragon's Seat, I don't know what we can do. We're not magically inclined. Almost none of us are. And that leads to issues when it comes to things like this.
Okay.
We can be keepers of knowledge, but keeping magical items that are basically a giant target isn't smart, especially in times of weakness such as this. We tried to convince the High Curator to bring some people home, more capable people anyway. They said they would do something, but I don't know how soon they'll be here. So, given some time, we'll try to get this meeting set up. All I can ask is that you all stay here.
But if we can't trust the Cerberus assembly, is there anybody else maybe outside of the Empire that we could trust?
There are a few non-assembly people, but it would take too long to get them here, or be too hard to convince them to come.
If we can hide it to buy us time.
There's also the problem of Reginald wanting to keep it without the option of...
Well, that's easy. I can just steal it and get it. It's fine.
I'd rather us not have fighting while we're looking for things, but if it comes to that, I may ask. Give me some time. I'll reach out to some contacts and see if we'll do the same. I hope we can find someone to deal with the issue outside of the assembly, but if we can't, we will have to deal with them. And not all of them are bad. It's a generalization. Some people really take a little too far.
I mean,
some of them mean well, but there are more than a few that don't.
Well, if Reggie wants to hang on to it, I guess, do you have anything that can help us hide it so we're not an automatic target?
Zevran thinks for a moment, and he's like, "Come with me," and he goes down into a storeroom, kind of near to where you were. You had your training match.
Mm-hmm.
As he's looking, he's kind of digging through some barrels and small chests that are in the room. He pulls out this necklace, and on it you would recognize the logo of the Cerberus Assembly.
Mm.
He pulls it out and he's like, "This is of great value, and if it is seen, it makes you a target in itself, but it should keep magical eyes from staring on him. Give it to him and tell him to wear it."
Okay.
He hands you this item, this small necklace with a strange metal brooch on it. And then he's like, "I need to go get things ready for this meeting if it has to happen. Hopefully it doesn't. I'll reach out to the contacts and see what can happen. Thank you. Again, you're performing well above what I expected."
I bow and leave.
Okay.
Head down to Reggie. Put the necklace on the table. You should wear this.
Hello. I should wear this.
Uh-huh. It's a magic necklace that'll keep magic from being able to see you. But keep it hidden.
Keep it hidden.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I already have a
if-
necklace.
but
It would feel a bit crowded on my neck.
But it'll make it so where you can't be seen magical ways. But also you don't want to be seen with it.
Do I have to be wearing it? Can't I just put it in my pocket?
I don't know.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Do I know what it is? Like the actual name of it is?
It's
No.
Reginald will just
You've
like,
never interacted with anything like it, and he
Mhm.
didn't give you a name for it.
yeah, she's just gonna loop it around his neck.
Okay.
Mhm. But you might hide the symbol so no one sees.
Yeah, he tucks it under his shirt. He already has a necklace that
Right.
It
he,
sits kind of uncomfortably against your necklace. It's not. It feels weird having two. As you're acutely aware of always having one. After a short time of study, you feel you're accustomed to it, and the loop on it actually changes in size so that the necklace that you're now wearing rides slightly lower and doesn't actually bang against the one you wear normally.
loose Titans.
Basically. At this point, I don't know the name for the item off the top of my head. I'd have to do some searching, but
Yeah.
you have immunity from scrying, in all shapes and forms.
I am invisible.
So you'll no longer be doing any wisdom saving throws for me, friend. Darn shame. After a short time, a few of the monks come in, and you can tell over the course of the day of you guys doing research and trying to find things and post the battle, there are more of these things that are being fought off. People are coming in hurt, Cobalt Soul members, in the same robes as Ozzy. And it's not as many as the first fight. They seem to be a little better prepared now. But there are other groups attacking all over town in small number, and then disappearing as it is. As late night hits, you are free to either go back to the inn or stay here. You have been extended an invitation to stay at the Cobalt Soul for the evening.
Oh, Ozzy's 100% doing that.
Sleep over at the Cobalt Soul.
I
Yay.
mean, you guys can go do what you want. Ozzy is staying.
I'm staying in there. I'm not suicidal.
So you're all staying?
How hurt are these people that come back from battle?
Some of them are coming back severely injured, and some are just coming back with cuts and bruises. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. In battles where they're prepared, it seems like people are barely getting hurt. In battles where suddenly you're in a fight while you were eating dinner, people are getting hurt severely. It seems like these are popping up all over. You're not seeing any Crown's Guard, but it's safe to assume that they are involved as well. It's just that you're seeing the Cobalt Soul because you're sitting in their headquarters.
I think I'll just stay then. Yeah.
Okay. Over the course of the evening, you do hear the front gates of the Cobalt Soul get attacked a few times. Not too many, maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the day, including your one fight. But there's something trying to beat the doors in. It's just failing. As night falls, the towers, the candles that normally light up slightly, the sunset catches the magic. You saw it the first night you were here after the celebration. As the sunset catches the magic, you can kind of see these colors gleam off of the illusion of the towers. And yet again, that same tower that wasn't lit the first night isn't lit tonight. At this point, a rather decorated member of the Crown's Guard comes into the building. It's late evening, getting to be nightfall. This man doesn't look the same as your average Crown's Guard member. He's not wearing the helmet. Scars across most of his face. Very short cut hair, dark brown. He steps inside without anyone saying or doing anything for him. He opens the door himself, actually. The front gate does not even open it for him. And he walks straight up and into that same room where you saw the High Curator the first time, Ozzy. He's wearing what looks to be a strange black sword that is curved slightly. It almost wiggles across the entire form. This dude sticks out.
Did you say it wiggles?
Yeah, it like almost.
It's a prop.
It's not wiggling actively, but the form of it is curved back and forth a few times across the length of the blade. Yeah.
Is it an actual curved blade, or is it just appears to be?
It's double edged, and it curves like a snake slightly across the entire length.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like the flamberge from Dark Souls, if any of you know.
Yeah.
But he, as he walks upstairs in kind of a huff, looks sweaty and tired. He's not a clean man. Goes upstairs. You hear some shouting from inside the curator's room. But there are guards stationed in front. You don't think that this is a fight more than just people being people. And he leaves in a huff, fairly angry.
Huff puff.
As nightfall comes, you all settle into it's a room that you're actually sharing with a few other initiates that are staying the evening. There are basically 6 beds in one room communally. As you all settle in for the night, Mateo, you do notice a rather large mirror on the wall as you enter the room. Just so you know.
This one can or cannot be moved.
You could certainly try.
And the mirror is facing like the bed area, like the sleeping area?
It's all of the beds, there's 3 on each side of the room, and there's a mirror facing the door. Like a door-length mirror.
So basically the moment I come in, it's just like... Oh.
The moment you come in, you see yourself.
I like immediately turn around and I'll say, guys, I can't sleep here. I can't do this.
Why not?
Is it not up to your standards?
No,
I mean, it's not great, but...
Can I make a perception check to see if anything with the mirror, like, did I notice anything with him being uncomfortable with the mirror? I don't know, yeah.
To your perspective, it's more of he steps in the room and goes, oh, I can't do this. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, it's not so clear as like, oh my god, it's a fucking mirror.
Okay,
like,
yeah. That's what I was trying to...
The room catches him off guard.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you can find another room, I guess. If you don't like this.
I mean, we can stay at the end if you want.
Oh, no, I'm staying here. I'm not crazy.
Okay, you can stay at the end if you want.
You know what?
Fine.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Have a good night. Yeah. And then just immediately kind of like, fast track my way out, just like nope out of there.
As you're turning to get away from the door, it's not you, and then it's you again, and then you keep walking. As you get outside, the streets are much quieter than the first few nights you've been here. It's strange. You see Crown's Guard, but there's no hustle and bustle of people. It's just the guard that's out. It seems like they're probably doing some form of a lockdown to keep people safe. And so it's very strange being the only person not in military uniform walking the streets. A few times as you're walking towards the inn, guards see you and like, hey, you need to hide. There's dangerous things about. And like they briefly describe these strange sludge nights that they've been killing people. And you're like, I know what that is. Get out of my face. Like, not my, just stop it. As you get back to the inn, as you walk in, there's Theo, and there's Ogren yet again. Ogren looks up with a keen eye and goes, "Well, you've all been busy, haven't you? Strange days here in this great capital."
Yes. Where have you even been?
Right here, in the inn. Comfortable.
But you went through the door, disappeared. You are not in the inn.
He goes, "I was still in the inn. Just not in the same parts as you."
Right. So you live in the cellar. Okay. Interesting.
Would you like to see? I mean, I know we can't do business, that you have some moral opposition to the choices I make, but I would love to get you acquainted with the facilities of this, this fine inn that you stay in.
I have to caution you. Not into men.
He gives a wide grin as you say that. You can finally, for the first time, see his teeth. His beard usually covers most of that, and his teeth are some of the cleanest, most perfect teeth you've ever seen.
Lovely smell, by the way. Why would you want to show me?
It's an interesting place, and you're an interesting fella. Thought you might like to know a little more about the place you're calling home, being as you're not staying where your friends are, obviously. It's a bit late for you to be coming in by yourself.
So as I look around, I'll still see absolutely nobody except for
No
these-
one else in this entire floor of the tavern. You just see Theo reading her book and Ogren.
Is this to get me back for last time?
He looks up and he goes, "Not angry about that. That was a good time. Most of my nights end in fights, so I just expect that kind of thing."
I would like this night not to end in a fight.
That's what I'm hoping for. I don't plan on attacking you for no good reason.
I'm probably gonna regret this, aren't I? Okay, fine. Show me. Just please, no surprises.
Well,
And just like
it
that,
might
roll a
be
new
a little
character.
surprise. Right. It might be a little surprise. He leads you to the door, gives a light, like a jaunty gesture. He's like, "After you." And as he touches the door, you see one of his rings flare with the same green runes, and the door frame do the same thing you saw before. He pulls it open, and inside you see a beautiful tavern. I mean, like, where this one's the C minus, the real average kid kind of inn, the one on the inside of this closet that you've looked at before is beautiful. The floors are immaculate tiles of marble, and the tables are all gorgeously set and comfortable. You see a tall woman with fire red hair writing notes at a small table in the middle of the room. And as she writes the notes, she raises them into the air and they burn to ash. And she just keeps writing away without even looking up at you. Ogren goes, "Right this way," and kind of pushes you through into the room.
Okay, easy. Do I need to hold my hands up? Is this a hostage situation? I can't put my hands.
He looks at you and he goes, "No, if I wanted to take you hostage, I'd just take you hostage. You've seen what I'm capable of. You're not exactly a threat. Let's go. I'm just showing you a nice place I like."
Little hurt.
As you
but
step
okay.
into the room fully, you come out of the small inlet where the door is, and as you look to your left, there's a large picture window, and it is almost pitch black outside of the window. You can see what looks like a rough dirt road and a small opening where there's some buildings you can just barely make like the edges of a few storefronts. Doesn't look like Rexentrum. It looks akin to the mud top ward that you entered through in Rexentrum, but it doesn't look. There's no sky, is what I'm trying to get the point across of. You don't see anything up. Usually, you're used to seeing the night sky above the buildings, and there's just nothing. It's black.
So, where are we exactly? I mean,
It's a small city called Weldon. I don't know, 4,000-ish miles away from Brexentrum. This is my home. I am a man of many things, and my dear Jenny is a woman of many more. And as he says that, the woman with the fire red hair looks up and goes, "So, you still too good to work for us? Because there's many things I can do or help with, namely that small issue with the monsters in the city of Rexentrum."
And how exactly would you help? And I can only assume there must be something you want in return.
I just want you to work for me, as I do anyone I find interesting. I am what some would call problematically curious. When I find something that interests me, I want to have it. I want to have control over it. And you and your friends piqued my curiosity by thinking you could take dear Ogren, I'm sorry, and put him in a Cobalt Soul jail. Anyone with that kind of bravery must have some ability.
To be fair, I was a bit stumped about my friends too. Didn't think they would go that route. Totally was on Algrim's side, by the way. I just missed. Getting back to the point, however. So, I mean, not into men. You, of course. I mean, you want me. What exactly do you get out of this? And what exactly do you want from me?
All I want is connections, of which I have many already. But a few more can always help, and interesting ones help much more than the mundane. You and your other spellcaster friend, and the small monk, interest me.
He has a big heart. He's very
I
interesting.
might just know someone who could deal with your problem. If you'd be willing to be open about why Torog's ghouls are after you. And if you don't want to be open about that, then you can be on your way. And as she waves a hand, that door opens and you can see Theogrid's homestead through the door again.
So that's all? You just want to know? You're not going to
Oh, I'll
after
come
me
for a
or-
favor eventually. But right now I have nothing I need done. Not by you anyway. I have many friends. Some would call it a myriad.
The problem is, I cannot guarantee that my friends would, be okay with any such favor that you ask.
I mean, we could ask them right now.
What do you mean? They're over at some other
I know.
place.
If you'd like me to ask them a question, I can. It would be a little jarring for them, being as that they're more than likely laying down for bed, but I have the ability to do so. Or we could send our friend Ogren to go see them. I'm sure the Cobalt Soul would love to see him.
I don't think that'll be necessary. I would not want to wish them such distress.
Well, if it's a difficult thing, why don't I let you stew? You can go to bed, back in the homestead, comfortable as can be, with the mirror turned backwards for whatever reason that is. And I'll just talk to you tomorrow after you get your friends together.
I suppose that's fine. How did you know about the mirror?
As I said, I know many things. You've piqued my interest. I will know all the things you do for some time.
I do have a question. If I do a favor for you, would you be willing to give me information about something else?
Absolutely. Information is what I deal in primarily.
Right.
It's
I'll
the
get
one
back.
thing I have.
I'll get back to you tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. It has to be tomorrow.
And with that, she sits back down and begins writing notes again, flaring. Every time she holds one up, they just flare to ash in her hands. Ogren turns looking at you, and he goes, "That would well. You, somehow, haven't made her angry yet." And as he
Yes.
says that, she looks up and goes, "Fuck you." He's like, "Just saying, you're kind of rude." And he just slightly
Redheads.
tries to lightly push you towards the door. He's like, "Let's go," before she does something.
Wait, what do you mean yet? Wait.
And as he kind of gets you through the door, he shuts it behind him, and those runes flare once more.
Say, Tia, that happened, right?
She looks up from her book. "Haven't the slightest?" And then just starts reading again.
I need to sleep. This. What am I getting myself into? Oh man. Tia, I'm going to bed. Yes, I'm going to bed.
He looks up and goes, "Enjoy the rest. I took the mirror out for you."
Thank you. Who told? Never mind. Just I'm going to bed. Yeah, going to bed, and I'll make my way to bed.
All right.
And first check if the mirror's actually turned, and then
It's gone.
enter.
The mirror that was turned around from you is now completely removed from.
Okay. Well, hopefully have a good night's sleep then.
As everyone finally lays down to rest for the evening, you can consider yourselves fully rested, healed of any wounds you might have taken. Ozzy. Reginald.
Yeah.
More dreams.
Oh, God.
You can see that familiar face twisting in agony and turning to that sludge you saw today. And right as you go to look into it and help, running towards it to see what's going on, you snap awake, sweaty, still evening. Rest is not coming to you tonight. It's hard. You know you're tired, you can sleep, but you can't get his face out of your mind. Okay, morning comes. As you each awaken in your current sleeping space, the two of you at the Cobalt Soul in Rexentrum, and Mateo back at the amazing Theogrid's homestead.
The amazing.
As you each awaken in your own time, the restlessness of the people is evident for the those of you who are at the Cobalt Soul. You two are pretty much the only people sleeping currently. Pretty much everyone is up and ready, doing things, trying to keep a watchful eye. The attacks have come more and more throughout the night. There are more wounded. In fact, when you two wake up in the Cobalt Soul, there are wounded people in every other bed in the room than the two you're sleeping in. And as you get up and get going, they put wounded in the bed you were sleeping in. And they start moving in some clerics. You see a few people from, it would be, let me look real quick, just so I don't get my notes wrong and screw up our story. You would see people from the Dragon's Seat, which is the Temple of Bahamut, and you would see a few people with symbols of the Dawn Father are basically doing clerical spells to help heal some of the monks. It seems like the attacks are probably becoming more frequent and desperate. As you wake up, Mateo, you wake up to a heavy knock on the door. You basically just hear like a thump, thump, thump.
What? What is it?
Get your ass up. It's time to go. Busy day.
Not him, please. Anyone but him.
And then the door
Okay.
just opens as you're still in your bed. And he just, come on, Twinkle Toes. Things to do.
Have you any idea what time of day of light time it is?
Long enough for you to have slept. Come on.
Okay, and I'll just get ready slowly and
Just
make
dragging
my,
your heels as much
yeah.
as you can.
I don't want to go to school.
Right.
You're
Eventually,
not even my
tumble down
dad.
the stairs. There's a meal sitting on the bar, and Ogren is sitting in one of the chairs next to it, just waiting. Pack on his back, shield on his arm, ready to go.
Wait, where are we going?
You get your friends. Isn't that the plan?
Right. Yeah. I thought I was gonna bring them here.
I know, but it's dangerous times, and if Jenny wants you safe, I do that. I do that real well.
Right. Thank you. Okay, fine. Let's go. Can I have like a coffee to go, like something to drink?
Wasting as much time as possible
Yeah.
for him. Theo turns with a small mug, and she's like, only took one drink, and she sits it down in front of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Delicious, by the way. I don't know what the other guy said, but absolutely delicious. Love it here. One moment. Absolutely love it here. If I die tonight, like tell my family, everybody, just yeah, sorry.
He looks around for a second. She goes, I don't know your family.
It's okay. Hopefully I come back. Lovely place. So
as you and Ogren get moving, you start pushing through the streets, and the guard presence is ridiculous. I mean, there are guards at every corner you can find, just waiting for an attack to pop up anywhere. Being as that the Tangles is pretty important, they're keeping it as safe as they can in general, especially, the Court of Candles, which is where you are. It is super important. It's the trade hub of the city, so they're trying to keep it as normal as they can. And you do see a few people out doing things. It looks like people are desperately like buying supplies so that they can shut their doors until the problems are over. You see a few mothers with children like running to the temples and trying to go to places that they feel safe. As you make it to the Cobalt Soul, the guard presence outside has thinned some. Where normally at night and during the day it would be 2, you're seeing 1 or 2 at most. They don't have enough people here at the temple or at the library to keep it safe. As you walk up, the 2 guards, or the 1 guard at the front, looks at you and goes, "Come on in," and then sees Ogren behind you and goes, "Wait. Why?"
he has business with my friends and your initiate. Yeah, that's the one. Yes.
Roll persuasion.
Let's see, persuasion. 16.
16. The door guard goes, "I mean, at least he won't come trying to kill me." And as he says that, Ogren takes a second and like jerks at him real quick, and he jumps back scared for a moment. He's like, "Not cool. Go inside." As you all step in, I would assume Ozzy and Reginald are probably up for the day already.
Mhm.
Takes a short time to get between the inn and here.
Yeah.
As you all walk in, Ogren looks around the room going, "Nice place. Never thought I'd see the inside with my hands free,
Still early.
Hey,
It's not bad.
friends. Friends, hey.
Why is he here?
How was your breakfast?
Okay, why is he
It
here?
was really meager. It was like oatmeal and toast. It was the most boring, sad little breakfast you could possibly have.
But to Ozzy, that's amazing.
That's true. People food, yeah.
It was awful.
It's not a rat that I killed,
Some rocks.
right?
You can see the pain in Mateo's face. Just, I need to talk to you both.
Okay.
Well, I'm not stopping you. Go for it.
I look at Ogren. Why are you here?
Man's from the boss. She wants to talk to you. All three of you.
The redhead?
She has an offer. Yeah, the redhead.
Ooh, offer.
I wouldn't call her that in front of her face, though.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't she redhead?
What's her name then?
Jenny.
Okay.
Janice?
Okay. He quickly finishes eating and kind of like gets ready.
Okay. As Ogren sees everyone getting ready. Well, if we're ready to go, let's do it. Time's a wasting.
Right. On the way, because I assume we can talk on the way?
Of course.
Yes.
You're bound to silence.
Reginald, you're quite straight to the point, right?
What?
Need you not to do that here.
Do what?
Just don't be you for a moment.
I can't do that.
You see, these people that we're about to meet or already meeting with, seem quite powerful. Would hate to see you go up in flames.
Yeah, that would be sad. So what's your point?
Try to be nice.
I am nice.
Also, you get what I'm saying, right?
Don't be
What
himself.
is he saying, Ozzy?
No, just okay. You know what? Just it'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Maybe just
Yeah,
don't
it'll be
speak.
great.
Just maybe you should talk.
That's what I do. I talk. What do you mean I shouldn't talk? It's like my best. It's my best quality. I'm a very good talker.
Think that.
I think that I'm right. What do you mean?
No, maybe you shouldn't talk. If what he says about this woman is true, maybe you shouldn't talk.
Well, I'm talking. You can't stop me. You're not my dad. You're a goblin. And you're 4 foot tall. Fuck off. You can't tell me what to do.
4'2", thank
Flame.
you.
Cannon. At that point, Ogren goes, well, if that's enough bickering, let's get moving.
I'm not bickering. I'm fighting for my civil rights.
I agree. I think you should talk all you can.
Yeah, I will.
Oh boy.
As you guys push back through the streets and finally make it back to the inn, he leads you to that side door that you've seen, Mateo. His ring touches the edge of the door frame and it flares with magical light. For the first time, you two get to see this green flash. He opens the door and inside you see an immaculate inn. Way too nice for anything any of you have seen. Where did you... Never mind. Not important. But as you all step in, it is a very, very nice inn. You might have... Reginald and Mateo, you might have been to inns of this caliber before, depending on your backgrounds and where you're from. For you, Ozzy, this is insanity. This is just way too much money in one room for like seat cushions. Like it's just gaudy beyond belief to you. You've never seen anything so nice.
Gold-plated seat cushions.
As you all step in the same attire as the night before, Mateo, you see the long red-haired woman, Jenny, still writing notes and flaring them up.
Wow.
Seems very busy. She looks
Seems
up.
like a waste of paper if she's just gonna burn them.
Did you bring your friends?
Yes. Yes, I
Hi.
did.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how
Oh.
much is the rent up here? It must be crazy.
You'd be surprised how cheap it is to live in this city.
Oh, really? Okay.
What
Well,
city
take your
is
word on that.
this?
This is
Right,
Weldon.
Weldon.
Weldon. Weldin.
Wait, you're not in
Um,
Ranksatrum anymore? What?
she looks up at you, Reginald. No, you've teleported quite a ways to be here, to speak with me. Welcome to the Viridian Inn. This
Wow.
is my home, my base of
this-
operations.
This is dope. Okay. Man, I thought. Okay. I didn't think teleportation. Okay, that's crazy.
She takes a moment letting you all kind of take in your surroundings before waving a hand. And as she does the wave, you actually see Ogren for the first time move with some haste, move with purpose. He very quickly goes behind the bar, gathers a few drinks, a few plates of very nice looking food, and brings it over to each of you at your seats.
I don't
She
think I've ever seen him
kind
move
of
that fast.
daintily moves her plate aside to keep speaking and writing while doing so. She looks up at the three of you. I have a business offer I'd like to make. I can deal with your problem in Rexentrum. Our fiendish foe, Torog, and his minions can be dealt with for the time being.
Reginald looks at Matteo.
As does Ozzy.
What?
She continues. I can have a friend of mine come and help you take your gift from the heavens to another plane. I don't know for how long it will help, but it will help for a time and at least cease the suffering of the citizens. And all I ask for in return is you give me a favor when I ask. Eventually. Not now, but down the road.
I swear I did not say anything.
A favor from us or from the Cobalt Soul?
Favor from you, personally. I have no interest in what the Cobalt Soul can offer. Secrets are mine to keep, not theirs.
Okay.
I don't like that deal.
I promise, if it's a question of morality, the favor I ask will not bend or break any of yours.
I don't care.
I will
like the
ask you
deal.
to do things that you would be willing to do. I'm not going to ask you to go burning orphanages, although occasionally his kind, and she points to Ozzy, tend to enjoy doing that. So if you'd like to, I have one or two that need done.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'll have to talk to the
Well-
Cobalt Soul first before I make any kind of deal.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. They need to approve the burning down of orphanages. You know, it's all very.
I don't think they do
It's
that.
all very. Or, how would you know though?
I'm pretty sure they don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean,
It's not what I've heard, but okay.
She looks at the three of you with kind of hard eyes. I don't mean to offend. I merely ask that at some point I can ask you a favor. I don't need guarantees that you'll do the thing. I'm not asking for a blood contract. Merely, I'm asking for you to listen if I ask. Or, who knows, it might be something so simple as me asking you a single question and then sending you back on your way.
Why
I'm
would
offering you
wanna
help.
us? Why? What's the benefit of someone as powerful as you to help citizens of such a different caliber?
If I lose one more connection to that damned betrayer god, I'm going to burn Rexentrum to the ground. I'm tired of people dying, because of other people's carelessness with immensely powerful magical items. I know you don't know what you have or didn't. Apparently you do now from the look of recognition of the name Torog. It is in my interest to keep Rexentrum stable.
I'll have to ask the Cobalt Soul.
Well, here's the thing, though. I have a date with the assembly, and I'm thinking I can.
Who amongst the assembly do you think you'll speak to?
I don't know. I'll figure something out, I'm sure.
I'm sure you will. Being as you're carrying a million gold item.
Look, all I'm saying is that if I give you the thing, then
She says a million gold item. Ozzy's eyes get giant.
The size of dinner plates, yeah, I expected that.
If I give you the thing, then I owe you, and you do, you get rid of it, then I owe you a favor. Whereas if I give it to the assembly, well, I don't owe them shit, and maybe they're thankful for it. So I don't see why I have to win here.
You could be right. Or
Yeah,
you could owe them even more for you just, asking them to dispose of it. Whoever has it takes with it the target. And I'm not asking you to give it to me. I'm asking you to go with my friend and deal with it.
What would they not want? What would they...
Oh, I'm sure they want it. I'm just saying, I'm not sure that they'll take it from you the way you like. They're not exactly kind and gentle creatures, the assembly.
But you are.
I never said that.
Yeah,
I'm kinder. Probably not gentler. And as she looks at you with this awful grin, I mean, it is just the biggest, most shit-eating, smug grin you've ever seen as she says that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances with the assembly.
That is a shame. I wish you all the best.
Same.
And as she says that, Ogren rises from his chair very quickly and basically corrals you towards the door.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, hey, by the way, if you need work to be done, you can still call me. That's fine. Just not this.
She kind of turns, side-eyeing towards the door that you're exiting towards, and she goes, "If I have a job that needs done, I'll ask. Though, I won't expect the answer I like. Have a great evening, gentlemen." And then she goes back to writing with the same fervor as before.
Such a waste of paper.
Literally burning trees.
As you all get pushed out, this time Ogren goes with you, closing the door behind. He shuts the door, and you visibly see like sweat trickling down his forehead. He's like, But
it went fine.
I've never seen any shit so sideways as that. I don't know how you got out with your head, but nice job.
I just lost my chance.
At what?
Chance at what?
I'm gonna have to find another way now.
You'll find another woman. It's
As
fine.
you say that,
you'll get played sometime.
Ogren looks over at you, Mateo. You didn't lose your chance. You could still ask questions. You'll just have to do a different job. Usually, that's how this works. You want information, you get something done for her. Or you can pay her. But you don't seem affluent enough to pay her what she would want.
I mean, I got...
Just stay in touch, and there's a chance that you can ask her what you want.
So, where's the nearest orphanage? We can get
15 gold?
I don't think that's going to cover the entry fee, my friend. And in terms of orphanages, I don't know one that she wants burnt today. It doesn't mean I can't come asking tomorrow if you'd actually like to do that.
Please don't burn an orphanage.
If the money's right, anything can happen, huh? Now, all of you, get out. I want to make sure she doesn't come here when she gets a break from her little letters. And if she does, I don't want you here when she gets here, so just go.
This is where I stay.
I understand that, but you got to find somewhere else to chill for a little bit. Just a day or two. It's not a big deal. Yeah.
It is.
There's other places to sleep.
can
No.
always you can always stay at Cobalt Soul with us.
She didn't seem angry though. She seemed fine. Did I
Yeah,
misread that?
she's real good at hiding that angry thing, until she isn't. And then it tends to be, as we keep referring to, orphanages on fire.
Hmm. Well, that seems an unhealthy way to deal with anger issues. Maybe
Healthy
she
isn't a
should
word
see
I
a
use to
therapist.
describe
Does she have a therapist? I know a therapist. I could give her, I could refer her if she wants.
I think the next time you see her, you should totally offer her a therapist services. It will go outstandingly.
Okay, I will then.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna go. See you then.
I'm gonna head back to the Cobalt Soul.
All right. As you arrive, it is as you left it. There isn't an attack actively happening or anything,
Damn,
but
that's good.
it is pretty much dead in here. Not, literally, but not a lot going on. No research, no people. Just a lot of monks standing around being vigilant out of windows and other things.
Oh, hey you. Hi, hey you. Sorry to interrupt your. Whatever you're doing. Do you know where what's his stupid name? Reginald gets out his journal where he has a list of names that he keeps forgetting. Zevran. That's Zevran.
He looks down at you from the post he's on and he goes, "Upstairs, last room on the left. Knock first."
What happens if I don't? Just to be prepared.
I hope he doesn't hit you.
Okay. I'll knock. Thanks.
Yeah, I go upstairs and I knock.
Okay. As you knock, the door opens and Zevran steps out. As he's closing the door, you see the High Curator's form and Saya inside. They're talking at a low whisper, and it's low enough you probably can't hear. You can roll perception to see if you can hear any of it.
8.
With an 8, you would hear the word Briarwood. Other than that, you wouldn't hear anything. He steps out quickly, shutting the door behind him. Looks down at you, and he goes, "Ozzy, how can I help you?"
Well, I think I just was made an offer from someone that may be able to help us that's not Cerberus Assembly.
Okay. And who, pray tell, is this?
Ogren and the redheaded woman.
The dwarf that killed 3 people,
Uh-huh.
and the woman that's associated with him.
Yes.
And what was the offer they made?
Well, he actually works for her.
Okay.
Basically said they would give it to a friend that would take it off this plane. And
Okay.
would help defeat any other of the sludgy things.
And what did they want in return for helping us?
Just a favor from us.
From us, as in the
No.
Cobalt Soul as a whole?
No, of us, as in me and my friends.
And you're asking me for what reason?
I mean, it's another option.
It is. I mean, for the time being, until we can secure a meeting with one of the assembly, we have no options. So, if you feel that this woman and this Ogren are better suited to dealing with the issue than our friends at the assembly, he says friends with like a bit of vitriol, you can tell he doesn't like the idea.
Okay, right.
If you feel that it is a better idea, who am I to tell you no? You've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt you're dedicated in the few short days you've been with us. If you think they can handle it better than the assembly might,
And
do as you will.
it being on another plane makes our plane no longer a target, at least,
For the time being, yes.
or at least
Who
makes
knows
at
what they
least
plan down the road, but I agree that taking it off of this plane and out of this city would help. I don't know. That is up to you and your friend who bears the eye.
it be better in the hands of them than the Cerberus Assembly.
That's hard for me to say. At times, the Assembly are good people who help, and at other times, they use only for personal gain. I don't know if this is someone's ploy. I am just an expositor, Ozzy. I am not privy to the information that comes with one of the Assembly or the High Curator or anyone,
Maybe we should talk to
even
the
some
High
of the
Curator.
archivists. She's not interested in the problem. We've tried to drive home the importance
Okay.
of what's happening. There are, and you can tell he's struggling to find words. There are bigger things at work right now. And I've said my piece. Hopefully soon the High Curator will make a choice. But sometimes it is hard for us to see past transgressions.
I mean, if it'll keep the city from being attacked and people dying, maybe it is a good idea to give it to them to take it off this plane. Isn't that the most important thing, is to stop people from getting hurt?
That is how I feel, yes.
Okay.
For others, we worry of the power that's being brought by it to whoever may get it. Right now, I can tell you, it's not my problem because the item is not in my hands. The choice is up to you and your friends. You have 2 days until the meeting. You can take this time and decide.
Okay.
He bows deeply, looks up. Thank you
Uh-huh.
for handling this as well as you have. I'm surprised by the dedication of one such as yourself in such few days. You've reaped no reward from being with us. In fact, I think you've gained misery from it. But I'm impressed.
I just want to help my friend.
I think we all just want to help a few friends make the right choices. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he bows and steps back into the room.
I go back to Reginald.
I go back to the lizard.
Yeah. Essentially, they said it's up to us to make this choice. They don't want anything to do with it. So
Well, that's a cop out.
I mean, you can either make the deal
I'm not doing the deal.
with Jenny, or you can wait a couple days.
It's the worst deal in the history of trade deals. Well, maybe not.
But I mean, it'll
it's
also,
hyperbole.
the sooner it gets off this plane, the sooner people aren't getting hurt anymore.
Yeah, except, I mean, if Ogren was telling the truth and she was really that angry about it, then what did she have to gain here exactly? Just a favor from the three of us? There's no way they were just gonna put this stuff in somewhere and then do nothing with it. That makes no sense. I mean, they're Myriad, for fuck's sake. They're gonna do something with it. I'm not gonna give this shit to the Myriad.
I think she might be a god.
God.
If she was a god, let me tell you, okay, this is fact, by the way,
She-
hard
she-
science. If she was a god and she spoke to us, our brains would have exploded, okay? So don't even worry about it.
Gods can take different forms, yes?
Yeah, and then your brain explodes because you can't take it. It's too much. You know what I mean? I mean, godhood staring you in the face. You know, you can't process it.
But she said she was tired of losing ground to Torog, who's a betrayer
Yeah, well,
god.
yeah.
Which means...
And you're not wrong.
Is that not what she said, DM? Kyle?
That is exactly what she said. She
Okay.
was tired of losing connections to Torog.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's safe to say she's pretty powerful and wants this thing out of here.
Well, I'm not giving it to her. I don't care if she's a god or whatever. Who gives a shit? I mean, if she was a god, why didn't she just take the fucking stone off me, huh?
Maybe she is a good god.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Are you serious?
That's up to you. And I'm gonna go do research on any god that I can find that has anything to do, like that fits kind of her description, I guess.
Like information, stuff
On
like that.
yeah, on just like a god that has been with red hair, whatever, anything. I don't know that I'm gonna find anything, but it's worth a shot
I mean, what?
to kind of figure out who she really is.
Go ahead and roll religion for me.
Okay.
If you're looking under the pretense of trying to find a god that might match that description loosely.
Kinda, yeah. That's not any good. That's a 2.
With a 2, you take the next hour, 2 hours, however long. And the only thing you can really find about, gods who like information or stuff like that is Ayun, who you know a little bit about just because of your obsession with the Cobalt Soul. You know that they are mostly, there are a lot of followers of Ayun in the mix, but you don't find anything that seems immediately pertinent to like, oh, Jinny is Ayun. Like, no, you don't find any connections that seem right. You just learn a little bit about Ayun.
Okay.
Anything the other two of you would like to do while Ozzy does some research on gods?
I'll go around asking monks for coal.
For like charcoal?
Charcoal or herbs and stuff. I'm basically begging.
Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion.
That's gonna go well.
Yeah, it'll go great.
Fuck.
As I'm researching, I could just ask.
I lost my D20. What the fuck is it? I lost my D20. No. Ah. Okay, I'll just roll digitally. Who gives a shit?
Until that digital dice rolls a 1, and then you're like,
right.
Oh.
Unacceptable.
Wow. I got 16. 18 minus 2, 16.
16. It takes you some time, but you gather roughly enough charcoal for what you need. Are you also looking for, is it incense, I believe?
Yeah, it's like a mix of incense, herbs, and
we can
and
say you find half of what you need in terms of incense. They are generous with what they have because it's not pertinent to the situation. Cool. They're just giving you what they have because whatever. It doesn't change the fact that they have to fight slime monsters.
Herbs. Cool. Okay, I thank them profusely in a haphazard manner and retreat.
Handfuls of charcoal. Yep. Anything from you, Mateo?
I'd like to speak to Reginald.
What do you want?
Just curious, what exactly is your plan for the meeting in 2 days?
Do you have a plan you want to propose? I'm still winging it. I've been winging it for a while. It's been working.
I understand. It's just, how do you know they will be the right people to give it to?
Well, now that you ask, I don't. How would I?
So then, why them and not, that trade lady?
Because there's a chance I won't owe them a favor, and Assembly says powerful people and knowledgeable people, and that's what I'm looking for. And you can say, oh, well, sure, this redhead with who implies she's a god and who knows people in the myriad. Sure, they could know people as well, but I don't know. At least, if I'm on the assembly side, I'll be legal, and that's nice.
So you say the assembly is powerful and has knowledge?
Sure, probably. I mean, that's what I've heard.
More than this place.
I mean, I think we were pretty clear on the fact that the Cobalt Soul know jack shit for the most part. Okay, well that's not true. I mean, they have the libraries and there's a lot of information in there, but so far as I've seen, Zevran is paralyzed by I don't know something, but he's just not doing anything. Or I'm sure he's trying, but like nothing's happening, or it's taking a while, right?
It's
So
not
I don't
his
know. It's
decision.
what?
I mean, he's just an expositor.
Okay.
The high
So
curator's the one that makes that decision.
oh really? Well, that's what I'm.
So
Okay,
it's,
so what's the high curator doing?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either, but
But apparently they've got more important things to worry about than this rock.
if you have more important things to worry about than fucking sludges coming up in the night and murdering people, I don't know.
Apparently.
Well, I think we should get away from Exandria then, because this is it's not going well, guys. if they have worse shit than this brewing in the bag, shit ain't good. We need to fuck off. The thing is, I want to use this stone and get what I can with it. You know what I mean?
Which is
I don't know. Something, point of contact somewhere.
You want to use it.
Well, I don't want
To
to use
make
it.
money?
You know what I mean? I'm not a dumbass. Most days.
so you wish to gain something out of this then.
I mean, that's the goal. Otherwise, I would have ditched it.
Okay. I'm just not sure whether
I think regardless of what happens, you're going to have at least a point of contact here. The Cobalt Soul.
Well, they've not been very useful to me so far.
Maybe not specifically to you, but a friend of yours.
Or what have they done for you?
Given me a purpose.
And which is?
To protect you.
I mean, you could have found that purpose on your own before. It's not like they gave it to you. It's just the middleman.
But they did. And I pull out the parchment that Zevran gave me. Like, it's kind of my job now.
Okay, but what if you rip this piece of paper? Then what are you gonna do? If I take it and rip it off your hands, then what is your purpose?
I mean, you can take the paper, but my job's still my job.
Well, exactly. So then, what does what does what the kobolds or think you should do matter in what you want to do? Because you don't know what you want to do. When you're obsessed about the kobold soul, even though they're a bunch of old paper pushers.
I can't go home. They've given me a home.
well, anyway, we have a meeting in 2 days, so we do have to stay here for the next 2 days either way.
Does that mean you're going to stay here?
Yeah, I'm staying.
Well,
here.
I didn't intend on staying here forever, but for the time being, yes.
Or did you have a plan then? Did you have a speech prepared for the meeting? Something like,
What chance did you lose? You said you lost a chance. Chance at
alright,
what?
yeah, what did you mean?
I just need information.
Yeah,
We're in a
I've been through
library.
that. Yeah.
I've already went through. Well, I went through it. I mean, I found a kid's story in relation to the information that I seek. However, it's not the full picture, and it doesn't really help me much.
That's what I'm saying. We should talk to people who know their shit, not old dusty books.
And
Well,
him
it seems
making this deal might help you.
it seems that the people we will be meeting might know more. However, I'm a bit concerned as to
Yeah, but
their
here's the
actual
thing.
intentions.
Yeah, we can't just waltz in, give them the eye, and be like, "Hey, now tell us what we want to know," because that's not gonna work.
Exactly.
You know, it's a long term thing. Okay, so we do this now. We buy goodwill. Okay, and then I mean, we're bound to, one of them is gonna be bound to need something, and from there we worm our way in, and then we meet more people, get more knowledge, resolve our problems. Right? That's how it works. It's one step at a time.
I suppose that's okay. That's all right. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I apologize for the other night. Not sure what came over me.
But
Never mind.
the other night.
Yeah. Me leaving middle of the night, basically that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I kind of forgotten it. Sure. Consider yourself forgiven.
Well, thank you. Considering the stone is of, well, quite some worth.
You want to sell it?
I don't think that's a good idea. Considering.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna buy it anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, if you know what it does, you might as well just kill the guy who has it and take it.
Ozzy, will you roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
A wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
That did not go nicely. It's a 4.
All right. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
It's just considering how dangerous and how valuable it is, I just can't quite figure if this is the right choice. Not saying that the other deal is the deal. Yeah, I guess I'm just quite anxious about how this might, especially since you said we're meeting some quite powerful people.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Rock in a hard place, you know?
Right. Do you think we need to make any precautions? Just, I don't know, somehow be ready.
Honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I'm surprised the kobolds will even let me keep the eye. I mean, fuck, I would have been them. I would have beat myself up and taken it.
Well, if you don't want it, I can have it. I'll take it from you.
Yeah, well, I didn't say I would give it. Just, it surprises me that they didn't force me to give it.
They did help you by giving you that necklace, though.
Yeah, but that wasn't. What do you mean?
They gave you the necklace so people can't see you. Magical
Okay.
ways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's cool, but that's self-serving still, isn't it? I mean, they don't want because if the chupacabra knows I'm here, then he's gonna send his slushies back, right? We don't want that. They don't want that. They have too many wounded as is. I mean, I know you want to think they're the coolest and everything, but and I mean, Zevran's fine. He's a fine, upstanding person. Just well, I don't even know what I'm saying now. Just I hate this necklace. I don't want to have to wear it for long. That's all.
Do you need me to take over?
Honestly, I don't exactly know how it works. So as long as I have the rug, I'll keep the necklace. I just want it to be done. That's all.
Okay. Well, it seemed like the fastest way for that to happen is to give it to the Jenny chick.
But this is not happening. Weren't you the one who didn't want the deal either?
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I said I have to talk to the Cobalt Soul first.
Okay, so did you talk to the Cobalt Swords first?
I did.
What did they say?
Said the choice was mine.
Wow. Wow. Really?
Uh-huh. But ultimately, you're the one with the rock, so it's up to you.
As you guys are talking about this, Zevran comes down the stairs. Sits down next to Ozzy at the table you're all at, I would assume. He looks at you all with kind of hard, sorrowful eyes. He swallows hard, and I'm very sorry that you've all been put in this situation. It's uncomfortable to say the least. Were it up to me, I would tell you to go with the deal you've had given to you. Only because I don't trust what the Assembly plans to do. But I understand not wanting to owe a favor to someone you know can't be trusted versus someone you don't know at all. Either way, it is up to you what you do with it. In 2 days, we have a meeting with the Archmage of Antiquities. Hopefully, it won't be a problem.
Hopefully.
But we'll see. I've heard that Delilah isn't the nicest woman. But she is a fairly effective mage when it comes to the Cerberus Assembly anyway.
I mean, all I want is to get rid of this rock, honestly.
You said Delilah?
Delilah.
Delilah.
He looks down at you. He's like, I guess I hadn't told you the whole story. The only person on the Assembly that would get in contact with us was the current Archmage of Antiquities, Lady Delilah Briarwood. She has a penchant for all things arcane and old. Things of this power especially. Don't know what her interest is, but 2 days and we'll have the meeting. If you all aren't going to take up your friend on the offer.
Yeah, I think that path is closed.
And if that is how it is, then I understand, and we will have our meeting. And hopefully good things will come of it. I can't say that I know for a fact that something bad will happen. I just inherently don't trust them.
Why is it so hard to get rid of a rock, huh? And why does no one want to deal with this? People are dying on the fucking street. No one wants to deal with this?
I think the High Curator has bigger things on their plate.
Such as?
Things I don't even know about. I'm sorry. I'm nowhere near the top. I am one small step up from where Ozzy is. I have freedom, operational freedom to do as I will in most cases, depending on the job, but I have no control over situations this dire. I can merely give guidance and hope that either the High Curator or someone will deal with it accordingly. And as of right now, the way to deal with it is waiting for this meeting. I wish I could do more.
Well, you can tell me about this Archmage, and maybe I think the best we can do is prepare within 2 days. Learn the most we can to have as many bargaining chips as we can.
I think the biggest one is in your pocket.
Yeah,
But I can take some time and see what I can dig up on Delilah and see if we can find at least some information about her other than what she looks like.
to be clear, I'm not asking for dirt or anything. I'm not suicidal.
Good, because I wasn't trying to be either.
just trying to figure out who we're gonna talk to.
Know some more about our temporary ally anyway. Would be good to know something. Well, you all get some rest. I'll talk to you all tomorrow about what's going on. I'll do my homework while I can.
Thanks.
And with that, I think that's the end of this, our third session.
Yay! Interesting stuff.
Are we speedrunning Dungeons and Dragons?
I know, right?
Episode 4 Archmage meeting. Let's go.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I was doing homework on the Cerberus Assembly, and guess who the current Archmage of Antiquity is, Kyle?
Yeah. I heard the name.
Delilah
Like, oh,
fucking
shit.
Briarwood. Oh!
Is that canon?
That's campaign
yeah,
1.
That's
that's
canon.
Critical Role campaign 1 canon.
That's not me just throwing things. She was the Archmage roughly 50
Really?
years before.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So,
Yeah.
which one of us is?
Considering we're
gonna jump
playing,
through a
yeah.
window?
We're
The
playing
timing is just right for me to get to do Delilah fucking Briarwood.
Oh, that's interesting.
So ready for this meeting.
Yeah.
You guys are fucked.
Yeah, for those of you watching, I don't think we ever explained this. Like, our timeline for this campaign, it takes place roughly at the same time as Critical Role Campaign 1. We're just setting it in Wildmount, roughly. So, apparently, Delilah Briarwood.
I mean, if we wait, I don't know, a few months, then the problem solved itself.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. All right, I'm just gonna hold this rock and stand in this one space for the next 10 months, and then you won't be my issue anymore.
Right.
Oh, God damn it.
Interesting stuff. Good stuff, though. All right.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, when you threw that out there, I was like, did he plan that, or he just like looked that shit up? I
Nope,
was like,
I was just
wait.
doing my homework on the fly because I was like, oh, who would we do a meeting with? Okay,
Uh-huh.
probably her. I mean, if anybody's gonna, the current Archmage of Antiquity would be the one.
Right?
Well, now I gotta go watch Campaign 1 to get my accent right. Oh, no.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. As you can tell, we're getting into some cool stuff, some cool canon stuff too. So, thanks everybody for watching. As always, check out all the links, merch store, all that fun stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. And if you missed this episode, don't worry, it will be uploaded to our YouTube page. I believe Friday morning is when these usually go live. So, thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a good evening.